Vince McMahon was back on television with Austin Theory. No golden egg this time. Fightful Select had a report that WWE's original idea was somehow worse than the payoff that ended up happening on television with the egg. One of their ideas would have tied the 24/7 title in with the egg. Which is funny because I called it the 24/7 egg last week. That's basically how they were treating it anyway. But I guess The Rock's people rejected that idea. So we ended up with Austin Theory as the Egg Bandit, who just wanted to take a selfie with it. But out of all of this, it looks like Austin Theory is going to be sharing screen time with the chairman of the company. Now, in theory, that could be... Oh God, I just realized what I did there. But it could be a good thing for him until it's, forgotten about in a few weeks. But on this show, Vince McMahon invited Theory to sit with him in his office and watch the entire show, which sounds like absolute torture. And so does watching it with Vince McMahon. Vince also told him that if he ever stole from him again, and I quote, "I'll kill you." And throughout the night, they would cut back to Vince's office. He would be yelling at Theory for looking away and not looking at him in the face. He would ask for his opinion on certain segments. What'd you think of this? And Theory would give an answer that he didn't approve of, and he would tell him, "You need to be more attentive." And then at the end, he asked him what he had learned. What'd you think of the show? And Vince had told him earlier in the night, he said, "Expect the unexpected. When it comes to Monday Night Raw, expect the unexpected, pal. When it comes to Monday Night Raw." So Theory just parroted what Vince had told him earlier in the night. I mean, when was the last time we got a major surprise on this show? Monday Night Raw is the most predictable show on television. Expect the unexpected. If you got a good show, that would be unexpected. But when Vince stood up to shake Theory's hand, he slapped him across the face. Stephanie would be proud. And then he sat back down and he said, "You've got a lot to learn." So I guess Theory did not heed his advice about expecting the unexpected when he didn't see the slap coming. I think that was the lesson that he was being taught there. So Vince McMahon is mentoring Austin Theory now. He sees great potential in this kid. This is a very different McMahon and Austin pairing than the one that made the company millions of dollars all those years ago. But Austin Theory one day could be a star who makes the company millions of dollars and who makes millions himself. He has that potential. I don't see this as the start of any kind of long-term on-screen association with McMahon because I don't think Vince wants to be on TV. I think he came back on camera to make The Rock happy, to promote Red Notice. They probably got a nice payday out of it, which is why they did it. And now they figure, well, maybe we can get this new kid over by having Vince give him the rub for a few weeks, by associating with him. And then I would expect McMahon to crawl back into his crypt, backstage. The key is that they see big things in the future for Austin Theory. Which is why, if you remember on last week's podcast, before any of this even happened, I answered that one mailbag question that somebody sent in, and I said, I think that Austin Theory has a bigger upside in WWE than Sammy Guevara does in AEW. And Sammy has a ton of potential to do a lot more in AEW. But Theory is the future of this company. Yeah, we talk about the young pillars of AEW, Darby Allin, MJF, Sammy Guevara, Jungle Boy. Nobody ever talks about the young pillars in WWE. Probably because half of them will be released and they'll end up in AEW anyway. But Austin Theory is one of those pillars. Damian Priest, he's not because Damian Priest is 39 years old, although he'll be a top star, but he's not one of the young pillars that you build around. Theory is only 24 years old. He was barely alive when Vince got punched in the face by Bret Hart. Rhea Ripley is another one. Rhea Ripley is only 25 years old. Braun Breaker in NXT is 24 years old. Carmelo Hayes is 27. Austin Theory could be a Royal Rumble winner in 2023. I think 2022 would be too soon. But I would have him take the United States Championship from Damian Priest. I could see that as a WrestleMania match.